and they're like, oh, I don't know if it's okay. And it's like, you're so stupid. Is there some place I'm supposed to look specifically? And I'm like, what is wrong with you? Where the heck was I going with that? So that's a lot of information to digest. But anyway, I'm all over the place. You know when people always want to take selfies?
Yeah.
And they're always like doing that thing. And I'm like, I never know where to look. And then I'm always like, you know, looking cross-eyed. So
I know a little bit.
get this gum out of my mouth. Tim Gaither. I've been doing comedy for 18 years, 16 for a living. If you come to the show, just come to have a good time. We're both funny. We're all three funny. You know, so just relax. We're not here to offend anybody or hurt anybody's feelings. If you sit in the front row, I'm not going to make fun of you. If I talk to you, it won't be mean. I'm not Don Rickles, you know. I'm not going to be like, nice shoes, what'd you bowl? You know, I'm not going to make fun of you or try to hurt your feelings or Def Comedy Jam you, make you look like an asshole. Just walking into a comedy club, whether you're even as a patron, it's kind of intimidating. There's something intimidating about it, like the dark room and they know what goes on, and yeah, are we gonna get made fun of, or is this guy gonna suck? Mm-hmm. You know, for me, it's more about just coming to have a good time, forgetting all that shit and knowing that, especially for me, like I say some pretty edgy stuff, I guess, but none of it comes from anywhere with any bad place in my heart, and I think most people know that. So when they don't, it drives me insane. I think a lot of times crowds get hung up on certain words, if they hear religion or the Bible or sometimes anything about race, especially as a white guy. You have to be very careful with your race stuff. Like I have a lot of racial jokes, but they're not racist. You know what I mean? Again, racial is not racist. There's a huge difference. I had a girl in Omaha be like, I liked your racist jokes, and you didn't hear them right because that's not what they were. And black audiences, all black audiences are some of my favorite crowds. When there's not enough black people, there's certain jokes that white people are just like, not all white people, but some don't get. And they're the ones who get offended by it. Like they're the only ones who have ever said like, you shouldn't say XYZ. Yeah. I'm like, you should not tell me how to do my job. Yeah. Just, if you're not racist and you think it's funny, just laugh. Yeah, you know, and life's too short for that shit. I mean, you know, it drives me crazy when people confuse pointing out racial differences or cultural differences. They think that's racist. That is not racist. That's an observation about culture and different cultures and the melting pot that America is. In my opinion, it was what makes this country great. And it could be so great if we all just embraced those things. You know, racism is hating someone or thinking you're better than them because they're different than you. That's not racist. Me pointing out that black guys generally run faster than white guys is not that's rooted in a lot of fact. Yeah. That doesn't make me racist. I'm like, oh, black people do this, or white people do this, or Asian people I see tend to do this. Yeah. You know, that doesn't mean I don't like them because of it. You know what I mean? Yeah. And people get that part very confused, and that drives me crazy. You really think I'm just this racist idiot up here just hoping I can change you all to be a racist idiot like me? You think that's my goal here tonight, folks? Oh. Yeah. You know, I just wanted to have a good time. There are some people who are disciplined enough to sit down every day and do it. Seinfeld was very good about it. He treated it like a job, and which it is a job, but it is harder for some reason to come up with funny stuff when you just sit down and say, I'm going to write funny stuff. For me, it has to be like it happens on long drives, or something was popping in my head, or if something makes me laugh out loud, I'll try to do it. And then when they don't, it's like someone kicking you in the balls, and you got nowhere to run. You got nowhere to, you're just like, oh. And it happens to everybody. It happens to everybody. You go along and you think to yourself, I might not kill every time, but I'm not going to eat it anymore. And as soon as you start to think that, yeah, you're gonna eat it.
Yeah, it's almost how it goes.
And sometimes a set will be going really well, and it'll be halfway through it, and I'll be thinking to myself, it's going about as good as it can get. And then sure enough, I'll fucking drop the next joke, or they won't laugh, or. I've got a website, timgaithercomedy.com. My Facebook fan page is just Tim Gaither. My YouTube is where you can find my podcast. I've got a lot of stuff on there, so youtube.com/Tim Gaither, Gaither, and @GaitherTim for Twitter. So, yeah, that's where you can find me. Just Google Tim Gaither. Quite a few things pop up. So.